This video is sponsored by Shaker and Spoon. Please drink responsibly. How do guys? It's Luke at Geekgaming Scenics and Josh. All right.
Yeah, it's better.
In this video, we're going to talk about why isn't smaller scale wargaming a bigger thing? Catch you after this. So guys, this video is a bit more of a chilled, laid back sort of chat about why small wargaming isn't a thing. It's something that really annoys me because I really like it and I know you like the idea of it.
Yep.
But why isn't it? So we thought we'd put a bit of a podcast together because the last few videos I've done on smaller scale wargaming have been really accepted, as in a lot of people are crying out for it. So why isn't it bigger?
There's been loads of comments, people saying that they wished smaller scale games existed, so obviously there's a desire for it. So
why isn't it? So we thought we'd do a bit of a podcast. If you like these sort of videos as well, these are the sort of videos that we're going to be putting on my Patreon once a month. So if you really want to catch out what we want to talk about and discussion topics, check out my Patreon below and sign up to that and you'll get one of these a month. But anyway, guys, because it's going to be a laid back sort of chat and because we've got an awesome sponsor from Shaker and Spoon this month, we thought we'd set this up a bit like a bar so we can have like a proper sit down and chat and talk about it. Shall we get ready for a set up to a bar?
Yeah, let's do it.
Watch this. Oh, watch this. It's not going to knock camera over, is it?
It might do. No, just misses it.
How awesome's that?
Perfect comfort.
Yeah.
This is brilliant.
You stand up when you're at a pub, don't you?
I don't.
So Shaker and Spoon, it's a monthly subscription box where you've got up to 3 or 4 boxes that you can select each month and pick out your favourite cocktail choice that you want to try out. It comes with a load of different ingredients, so you can make up to 12 cocktails per box. And with me, I really like the idea of this. It gets you to play with different flavours, syrups and all sorts of things with your favourite alcohols. So this first one is pretty special.
That's very nice.
That's called a blood sage.
A blood sage.
It's vodka and sagey herb syrup and everything. It's amazing.
And blood orange.
And blood orange, yeah. The only thing that we've had to add to this is the vodka. Everything's come in that box.
Very expensive vodka.
Very expensive vodka.
If you use the code down below in the description, you'll get $20 off your subscription. Now, this is only available in the USA, but I think it's a really cool idea.
I think this needs to be popularised and sent to the UK because this is amazing.
Yeah, this is brilliant.
So use my links below, guys. Get that discount if you're in the USA and literally have a good night in with your mates and show them some special drinks.
Yeah, try something new.
Try something new.
Cheers.
Right, on with the video. So first up, me and Josh, I've played a couple of small scale games and I'm really took to them because it's more board gamey feely, because I'd say I'm more of a gamer than I am a modeler as such.
I think you could model.
I could model, yeah. But I like board games.
Yeah.
But board games with the aesthetic of tabletop. So, for example, War of the Ring was a good box set.
Yeah.
And I played that at a friend's. None of it were painted, but I enjoyed that game ages ago, and that's disappeared into dust.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But me and Josh went to the Joy of 6 event, which is in Sheffield, and that's a event all for 6mm war games. And it does get your juices flowing because there's loads of awesome boards set up with full painted armies, and the fact that you can look at a pint block of men and it looks like a pipe block.
Yeah, it looks like looks like what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's not 20 blokes with halberds or 20 blokes with pikes. It's hundreds of men on a block and it just looks so much better. And to me, that's far more engaging. Why isn't this any more popular?
A few years ago, I bought and painted and played one game of Drop Zone Commander, which I can't remember what scale it is. I think it's like 10mm-ish.
It's between 8 and 10, I think.
It's smaller scale, though. And I played that. I really enjoyed it, and then no one else were playing it, so I ended up selling my stuff because I weren't using it.
See, with games like Drop Zone Commander, is it called Aeronautica? Battleship Gothica. I'm not really into games like, I like to have troops, I like to have a full army.
Well, Drop Zone Commander it had troops and tanks and stuff. You're thinking of Drop Fleet Commander.
Right, okay.
Ships.
Drop
right, Zone Commander had troops, it had tanks, aircraft carriers.
Awesome.
It had all sorts of stuff like that. It was a really, really cool game. So we went to the Joya 6 event in Sheffield, and I think we'd both pretty much got quite high hopes for picking some stuff up. Like I even took money out of my bank and got cash.
Yep. I took 170 quid in.
I mean, I didn't go that crazy. I'm not big man YouTube dollar. But I took some money in because I was expecting to pick something up, and whether it was something I was going to play and get into a new game, or whether it was just going to be something smaller scale to paint because of the differences of painting smaller scale stuff, I was excited. And it just wasn't there, was it?
No. I walked away with absolutely nothing. I think I bought 4 cans of pop while I was there.
I bought the Stargrave rulebook
right.
for 28mm scale stuff.
Yeah. Now, this is no us throwing shadows at creators or anything like that.
No.
I think what it is because it's not as popular as big wargaming, this is why. We've got a lot smaller companies doing this. Now, the problem that I had while I was walking around the show is when you go to like a normal trading event for 28mm, there's boxes with artwork or with actual pictures of the models painted on the box.
Yeah.
You know what you're buying. And there was a few companies like Bacchus that had an illustration and a description of what was in the box, which is fine. You know, you can sort of tell what you're getting. But there was only one other trader there that actually had an illustration on the box. The rest of it were all like, you know, the toolboxes with drawers in.
Stuff in drawers with codes. Or names.
And it's hard to pick out and find what you want and get sort of like, oh, they look cool. There's none of that because you're rooting, and before you've found what you want, I've lost interest.
I think it's fine if you're already within those systems and stuff, because it's the same as like, if you're playing like a lot of the small scale stuff are historical based. So it's sort of like, oh, I need the XR-27 Longboy tank or whatever. And you know what you're looking for and you know what it is. It's not like a made up thing, it's a real thing. You look down, that's what I want, right scale, buy it.
Yep.
Whereas for people like us, like I don't know a lot of names of stuff like that, tanks and stuff, and I don't know what I'm looking for. Like I'm the same with all miniatures. Like I know what I want when I see it.
Yes.
I don't go into like Space Marines, for example. I can tell you which ones I like the look of. No idea what the names are.
For me, because I don't have any 6mm stuff, I wanted to walk around and go, oh, I'll get some 6mm orcs or some 6mm, even just like War of the Roses stuff.
Yeah.
But I wanted to sort of see each model and sort of build an army that I wanted to build, and then just buy like 100 of them, 60 of them.
They're kind of doing themselves a disservice by not providing those pictures and illustrations and stuff. When you've got things like 3D printing, like we are all too aware of 3D printing companies and sculptors and people that do this.
Yeah.
And with 3D printing, it doesn't necessarily have to be designed to be that scale.
No.
You can just downscale it.
I mean, the reason I think the 3D printing side of it is doing a lot better is because you can see a render and you know what you're getting into.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, Forest Dragon for the 10mm Warmaster stuff, which is the first stuff that I got for when I did the Make Kings of War Tiny. That stuff's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, if I'd have gone to that show and there were a company like that doing 6mm in, even if it were just historic models and it were like pictures of an army box, I'd have bought it. I'd have bought a couple, but there wasn't.
Looking at the tables, it all looks really impressive painted up, but I couldn't tell you what those are and where they've got them from.
No. So no, I mean, Joy 6 were a great event, and if next time it comes up, go. Get talking to people, and it's a way of getting into it. But for me, I think if traders actually put a bit more effort into packaging or pictures, or even just a grainy picture at the side of the box rather than a code, that'd have been fine.
Or just a description.
Yeah.
Like even just more of a description.
Yeah.
Rather than a load of numbers and letters.
Yeah, it'd been a lot better. So before we start talking about games that already exist in this scale and how I think we can popularise them, I think it's time for another brew, don't you?
Chuff it out.
Drink up.
Chug, chug, chug.
You'll like this one.
Yeah.
It's like a coffee, bittery taste.
Very excited.
I'm not a big fan of coffee, but that's not bad. I mean, it's got alcohol in it, so I won't drink it. So, games that exist already. We've got Titanicus.
Yeah.
We've got, what did you call it? That game that you painted up?
Oh, Drop Zone Commander.
Drop Zone Commander and Dread Fleet Commander, is it? Drop Fleet Commander. Yeah. We've got Aeronautica, Gothica,
X-Wing.
X-Wing, yeah.
And Armada.
Yeah. And they're very popular games.
Yeah.
For example, the Adeptus Titanicus, or whatever they call it at Games Workshop now. For me, they did Epic. Why have they only focused on the Titans? Why wouldn't you just bring out some tanks and more or less do what I did?
Do you know what? I've been thinking that since we did that video, and I can't think of a reason why, other than it must be some sort of financial reason, obviously. But like from my point of view, looking at it, that is really fun, playing that at a smaller scale. And if everyone, there's been a lot of comments on the video that have said, just play Epic because it's better rules than 40k.
Yeah. But Epic's a big game.
But yeah, Epic's a big game. I want to play 40k amount of models, but smaller. Yeah. Like we did.
So it's manageable.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that it's a 2x3 gaming table and you can store it away easily. Like, not everybody's got space for a 6x4. Not everybody's got space for even a 4x4. No. But a 2x3 picture frame, a lot of people put them up in their room anyway.
Yeah.
And if you've got some form of table or even print it on the floor, it's not overbearing.
No, it packs away nicely. And that's one of the big appeals for the smaller scale games. Is that the board is small, the models are small. I mean, we've got 2 massive armies.
Yeah.
In a little box.
Yes. Why isn't it a thing? I know that Casey from eBay Miniature Rescue, he did a small scale, like a pocket scale kill team, I think it was he did. A few others, channels that I've seen have done a few small scale games, especially, and playing things like one-page rules. One-page rules is a really cool, easy to play rule system.
Yeah.
So what people are doing is they're playing with 15mm models, or they're using the one-page rules models and downscaling them, and playing them rules just in centimeters rather than inches.
I'm surprised at how many comments we got where people were just saying, if Games Workshop did this, I would buy it.
Yeah, I would.
Well, I would.
As in, I'm on the hunt for some really good small-scale sci-fi models. I know Irregular Miniatures do some really cool, like, alien-type NID proxies.
Yeah.
They're in 6mm.
Right.
So they're going to be plenty good enough for if you want to play Epic. But if you wanted to downscale what I did again, you could do, but I think you start to lose the
scale that we did. We've got a nice middle ground where there's still some detail on the models as individuals. But then if you go smaller than that, that's when you start getting into the rank and flank style, big blocks of models that look impressive as a block, but individually, they're pretty much just a colour and a wash.
Yes. So I think the 12-15mm sort of scale for single model is where you'd go.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why, like, Games Workshop, for example, hasn't pursued the smaller scale stuff, is because of the Games Workshop likes to put a lot of little fiddly details onto the models so that they're interesting to paint.
They're a model company, not a games
exactly.
company.
So maybe making the smaller models, they must have done some sort of survey, or
there must be a market research
that's been done, and there's not, despite what we're saying, there obviously isn't enough interest. But is there? So here's the thing: is it either there's not a lot of interest because people don't do it, or do people not do it because there's not a lot of interest?
That's the question. And if you are interested, let us know in the comments below, because I'm really curious, and I'm quite happy if you're a small scale miniature creator. If you're someone that's wanting to get a boost and do fantasy models, or you do like even historics or sci-fi, especially sci-fi. If you do like 10mm, 15mm, possibly 6mm, depending on what sort of scale game we're doing. So if it's like a rank and flank, Kings of War, Epic, them sort of games, I don't mind playing them at 6mm. But if it's single model, it wants to be around 12 to 15mm 20 mil max.
Yeah.
If you're a company that does models like that, please reach out to me, send me some stuff over, and let's see what we can generate.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can create some sort of hype and see what rule systems work best for games and stuff like that. Because if people are interested, we need to make a smaller company who's already doing it.
Yeah, give them a push.
Give them a push. And if all it takes is a little bit of marketing in the right space to get a company like that going, we could all get what we want. And I'm more happy about companies doing it rather than, I mean, I don't mind 3D printing companies, but not everybody wants a 3D printer.
No,
not everybody wants the hassle.
Not everyone wants to get one, not everyone wants to use one and stuff. Mm-hmm. I get it, I totally get it. I think we do have this sort of, not blinkered, but warped perspective on it, because we use them a lot for work. Yeah. But like, not everyone does want a 3D printer, so I know plenty of companies that do STL files for stuff, but then you've got to get them printed. Yes. But if there's companies out there that did, plastic, metal, whatever, stuff that already that size, already that scale, even if they're just doing the models and they're not doing a game system to start with. Even using one-page rules, or using a rule system that already exists. Yeah. Like playing 40k. If you enjoy playing 40k, just play it. Yeah. And the only amendments you have to change is you either half everything or you change inches to centimeters. Yeah, it's not hard. It's not a difficult thing to work out, no. Even if Games Workshop come back with Old World and they make it small scale, I don't think they will. They've already said they're not going to. No. They've already said they're not going to. But I think this is a definite possibility for somebody to jump on it. Even I know Mantic won't do it, but this is the problem. Why? Yeah. Why won't people do it? Just do it. Just do it. Just do it, guys. Yeah, just do us a pocket version or a board game version. Inquisitor in tiny scale. Inquisitor, yeah. Well, that's it. They did Inquisitor and it was big scale and everyone loved it. And they just stopped doing that as well. Games Workshop just likes the one scale. But anyway, we're going to wrap up now. Yeah. But anyway, guys, this is a conversation that I really enjoy. I like small scales. It's mainly for the terrain side of it, and it's mainly for the visual aspect of it, not for the individual model painting. It's more aimed at gamers than it is at modelers. It's the thing as a whole. Yeah. Is the thing that you look at. Yes. As the individual. Yes. Yeah, it's nice though. It's far more immersive. Far more immersive because it's believable. Yeah. So if you know any companies, get them to link below and get them in touch if we can, or if you're a company, please reach out. I'd love to work with some companies and see what we've got out there. Maybe do a video promoting all the different metals, plastics, even STL files. Let's just blow the lid off this and see how popular we can make it. And if you're another content creator that's interested, help out by making more content on it. Yeah. Because there's something there. And there's a little cracking world going to happen soon. It's there, it's on cusp. You're a little cracking world. I am, yeah. I'm on cusp. It's killing you. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Shaker and Spoon for these awesome cocktails. Yes, they've been very helpful in lubricating the conversation. Yeah. And remember, guys, please drink responsibly. It's only available in the US, unfortunately, but if these get more popular, please come to the UK. I like this. Yeah. So big ups to small scale wargaming and big scale drinking. Big scale drinking. And if you want to support us, guys, if you're wanting podcasts like this, remember this is just a one-off. We are going to be putting these on the Patreon. And the ones that go on Patreon will probably be longer format. They'll be longer format. More like a proper podcast, but with us in video style. Completely ad-free, everything else as well. So they'll all be in the Patreon. If you want to support us any other way, there's always buying my Scenics, my ground materials, static grasses, glues, whatever you want. You can buy them in your local shops worldwide now, and if you support them, it's supporting us as well. Yeah, don't forget as well, you can also find us on OnlyFans. I'm not spreading them no matter how much drink I have. All right, pull me arm. Love, love, love. Howdy guys, it's Luke at Geekgaming Scenics, and in this video we're going to talk... Introduce me as well. It's two of us. Yeah, there's four of us. I know, but they're asleep. Right, okay. I'm grunting now. You're grunting. Brilliant. So we thought we'd put like a bit of a podcasty together. This sort of video is going to... Podcasty? What's wrong with podcasty? Let's put a bit of a podcasty together.
I'm not one for cocktails because I'm from Yorkshire and usually putting lime in a lager. That's enough. That's something new.
Cheers.
Right, on with the video.
It's rude to not drink.
It's rude not to drink.
Every click you've got to drink.
Oh, right.
It's true because it rhymes.
I wanted to walk around and go, oh, I'll get some 6mm orcs or some 6mm, even just like War of the Roses stuff, you know.
I didn't realise that they had orcs in War of the Roses.
Well, they haven't, but I was looking for anything. That's what I was saying. Shut up. Drink your drink.
I'll smash.